Hey guys, it's your girl Leslie, and welcome to my channel.
It's not fair, 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 not fair.
Hey y'all, as you can tell, I'm kicking the red look. As you can see, I'm wearing a crop top of Mickey Mouse, as you can see, crop top, and I'm wearing shorts. Let me go up real quick. Yoink! Some shorts right now. And of course, the red lip gloss, well, red lipstick with clear lip gloss, period. And the two pointy, like, I'm gonna call them pugtails because I forgot what they're called. Pigtails, sorry. Pigtails, period. Took some time because my hair is going crazy. And it's also wash day today, so I'll wash it later. But it still looks freaking fresh, as you can see. Fresh in that part, fresh. Anyway, y'all. So today, you might be thinking it's a request video or anything like that, if you ever read the comments. But today instead, I'm going to add to spooky season. I'm sorry, whoever requested some request for some Yandere requests, blah, blah. I just want to take some time to find a good Yandere, or at least a decent one for you and me. Oh wait, you and me. So, it can go nice and smooth and not rocky as the other requests were. Anywho, we are reading a Yandere /6 reader, Your Devotion. Oh my god, y'all know how much I love this story. Like, I love this fucking bride. I love this story. I'm already reading the sequel to it. And they updated a couple days ago, and I'm like, update again, please! I beg of you. And then I was also reading like another story at the same time, because I read, if you guys didn't know, I read multiple fan fictions at the same time to kind of, I don't have to wait for this. I'll just read this one while I wait. So whenever it pops up, I just go, wait! Reading my favorite one. But anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Oh my god, I'm so excited! We is in chapter 3, not one for party planning. Ooh. YN? YN! A voice tried to get your attention, their tone aggravated and annoyed. Are you even listening? They huffed. You blinked as you looked back towards the lunch table. Yeah, I was just thinking about our upcoming psychology test next week. You lied to your friend that sat beside you, trying to look like you paid attention. Her name was Amber, a dark-haired girl who is dip-dyed pink at the ends and has blue shimmering orbs for eyes. Nice. Right, she replied with sarcasm. It sure looked like it. Hey. Cadence stepped in and tried to cool the situation down, her silky, short blonde hair curling around her face and her coffee-colored eyes staying calm and collected. Why don't you just tell her again, Amber, rather than growing annoyed? I shouldn't have to. Amber rolled her eyes and leaned on her hands, raising her eyebrows while she let an irritated sigh out. I'm with Amber on this one, Cadence. Your curly, black-colored haired friend named Laura sided with Amber, which has to be expected considering they were as thick as thieves. It is important after all. Exactly! Amber exclaimed triumphantly. It's definitely important. Cadence released a sound of exasperation. Sure it is, she said, crumpling up a piece of paper and throwing it straight at Amber. Then she did the same with Laura. Cadence! Laura and Amber both snapped, causing you and Cadence to laugh a little. Calm down, you guys, you finally said. Just tell me what I missed, if it is that important. Fine. Amber pursed her lips and spoke stiffly, yeah. Tossing the piece of paper back at Candace before continuing. I'm throwing a party at my place tonight, and I need help deciding on... Suddenly, she stopped. Deciding on what exactly? You propped, frowning as you pushed your food down around with your fork. After last night's nightmare, though, you weren't really feeling up to eat lunch at the moment. Amber, you okay? Laura asked in confusion, tapping her shoulder, looking at her friend curiously. Why'd you stop? There was a guy. Amber faintly trailed off, pointing towards one of the cafeteria's windows. Over there. So? Candace looked bored. You see and meet up with the guys all the time, Amber. What's so special about this one? She questioned. Yeah, what did it even look like? He joined in, wondering why Amber would stop and look intimidated by this particular man. He was covered in blood, guys. Her voice sounded anxious, which was unusual for Amber, considering she was usually a bit stuck up. And he was wearing a boiler suit. Not to mention a weird pale mask. Like, what the hell was he doing here? And he was staring too. I didn't see anything, Laura awkwardly replied. Are you feeling okay, Amb? He looked at the window too, and just saw the outside of the uni's campus. Students loitering around the grassy grounds and chattering amongst themselves. I just see students. Are you pranking us or something? You put your fork down and decided to finish eating, a tad bit suspicious. I'm not, Amber hissed, turning to Candace in desperation. You believe me, right, Candy? You know, you calling me the nickname I despise doesn't give your argument much weight, Candace muttered. Okay, I'm sorry, Amber bursted out, standing up and slamming her fist down on the table. But I'm not lying. You'd never seen Amber so anxious before. Perhaps this guy just simply walked off? I believe you. You surprised yourself by saying that, let alone Candace and Laura. You can't be serious, YN. You were startled at how Laura wasn't taking Amber's side, instead arguing with you. Maybe this guy just left the window before anyone else could see him? You theorized with a lack of confidence, though you appreciated Amber's look of relief shot in your general direction. Laura snorted. Oh yeah, because someone can just disappear like that. Sure, killers can, bro. Have you seen Chucky? Look, why don't we just talk about Amber's party? Candace chimed in, flashing Amber a calming glance. You both said it was important, didn't you? Well, yeah, but... Well then, Candace cut Laura off again, wanting to defend her other friend. Why don't we let Amber tell YN what she wanted to do? Oh, what she wanted to. Amber pulled herself together and stopped looking at the window, nodding once that Candace had said that. Yeah, it is important. So, what's up? You asked. Besides the mysterious masked man outside the cafeteria window. Your second comment made Amber scowl, but she didn't say anything in return. I said, I'm throwing a party at my place tonight, and I need help on deciding on who to invite, along with when the party should start, how long it should go on for, etc. Amber repeated what she said whilst you weren't listening. Why are you throwing a party? You blankly wondered, hoping it wasn't too important. Laura threw you a resentful look. It's her 18th birthday, YN. Surely you must have remembered that. You're her friend. Crap. I haven't been sleeping too well recently, you confessed, praying that they pick up on that. To be fair, it wasn't a lie. Those nightmares didn't help with getting enough beauty sleep. Excuse me. Happy birthday, though, Amber, you added, trying to be nice while ignoring Laura's comment. Turning 18 is a big deal. Thanks. Amber sounded nonchalant, but you knew she appreciated it. Hopefully. Now, then. Some help about the party, please? Oh, yeah. You should invite V. Candace unexpectedly gave her some hope. I mean, Violet did invite you to her party last year, so it's only fair. Seth is a must. Everyone knew Laura crushed on Seth, and crushed on him hard. You like Jake, why not invite him too? And Tyler. Hannah too. Don't forget Rachel. Liv? No, she doesn't even like me. Why would I invite her? affairs. Wyan, what do you think? Amber turned to you, but you weren't really paying attention. You got any ideas on invitations? You thought about the few people you knew. How about Dana? You were desperately grasping at straws, so you were thankful to call Dana out. Anyone else? Amber asked you skeptically. We need a lot of people here. Oh, people. You weren't that enthusiastic. I don't do good with new faces. I'm not one for getting to know people. Come on, Wyan, please? Amber pleaded, clasping her hands together. This is going to be a good night. I can feel it. I don't think she's into that, Amb. I'd just drop it. Candace tried to defuse the situation, causing you to let out just a sigh. Yeah, I'm just gonna ditch now, actually. You stood up and snatched your bag from the ground, slinging it over your shoulder. Tell her professor I went home early because I'm sick or something. The truth was, you were feeling pretty tired of your friends, especially Amber, for obvious reasons. Planning a party? Attending said party? Sure, it was her 18th, and her 18th was important. But you just study for your psychology test at home or something like that. Paying no attention to your friends' worried calls after you. You left the cafeteria and walked across campus, heading towards the exit as you rubbed your eyes. You weren't going to have another nightmare. You just stay awake. It was a crazy idea, but what other solution was there? You couldn't wake up with more injuries. You're right. That's true. Walking home, you began humming under your breath, trying to take no notice of your tiredness by thinking about the psychology test and what you needed to study. Oh, that would suck. But it wasn't having much of an effect. Maybe you should drink some coffee when you get home? Yeah, coffee seemed like a good idea. It would definitely help with staying awake and avoiding that creep in a stripped sweater anyway. You were staring down at the pavement, droplets of rain splashing into your hair due to the fact that you forgot to wear a coat or carry an umbrella. Perhaps it would just be best to distract yourself from all this craziness, and your gaze flashed up from the ground, a flicker of white catching your eye and causing curiosity to take over your mind. A mask. It was a white mask. Hold on. Didn't Amber see someone wearing a white mask earlier? Not to mention a weird pale mask. You didn't catch a good look, but it looked like a dark blue suit anyhow. Amber might not be crazy. What she saw might be real. Maybe it was the guy in the bloodied attire. Shaking your head, you reached home and opened the door, thinking back to your encounter with Hannibal and smiling softly. At least somebody seemed normal in this strange, surreal situation. Thanks for the interruption, but we're going to be reading chapter 4 since this is just me just desperately trying to get more details, because I whenever I read, I kind of read / fast read through this and only read the most important things for some reason, and I pass by the small little details implanted in these chapters. So whenever I read it aloud with you guys, I catch those. So hopefully you catch some in chapter 3. Anyways, chapter 4, encountering a certain psychiatrist. Wink, wink. Okay. After skipping classes, you decided to study psychology by yourself, at your own pace. But your mind was elsewhere, and you knew it. Eventually, you shut your notebook and your psychology book, calling it a day while you wondered what to do now. The front door slammed shut downstairs, and you knew your mom had returned from work, which meant a ton of worrying about your thigh, how you felt, the cuts across your collarbone, etc. Suppressing a sigh, you waited for her to come up and start talking to you. And sure enough, she did, entering your room almost immediately. Honey, I'm home. How was uni? Did you learn anything new? I mean, I know you have an upcoming test, so I was just wondering. Actually, Mom? You interrupted. I skipped classes after lunch. I didn't feel too well. Worry spread across her face like wildfire. You're not feeling too well? Did the nightmare have something to do with it? damn it, I knew I should have taken to see you a doctor for those injuries, or maybe a psychiatrist for the repentive nightmares. She fretted in a panic. She brought you into a tight hug. What? No, I don't need a doctor or a psychiatrist. The nightmares will pass. You struggled against her grasp and faced her properly, speaking in a firm tone. You said that a week ago, YN. We're going to see a psychiatrist, and you're going to see one right now. Your mom declared with a fierce voice, her expression stern. You don't even know any psychiatrist, Mom. Don't you think you're overreacting? Just a little bit? You unhappily replied. Actually, I do. There's one who lives just outside of town and works at the nearby local hospital, she retorted. This is non-negotiable. Grab your bag. We're leaving in 5 minutes. When she said that, she slipped out of the room like an angsty teen. Damn, I talk too fast. Damn. Wait, Mom, you complained as you called after her, but you didn't receive any response. Either she was purposely ignoring your protesting, or she just didn't hear you. It was probably the first opinion. God damn it. Moodily, you picked up your handbag from the floor and slid it over your shoulder, slamming the door shut behind you whilst you try to keep your aggravation under control. This is so stupid. There's one that lives just outside town and works at a nearby local hospital. Right. You decided to just ignore your mother's anxious blathering and hop in the car. So what? Does she think you're crazy now? The repentive nightmare somehow made you unstable? Ugh. Dealing with her and her obsessive pandering was just too much sometimes. You leant back in the car seat and crossed your arms, staring out the window as you wondered what to do. Should you kick up a fuss and demand that she take you home? Or should you keep your mouth shut and see if this psychiatrist could solve your nightmare problem? Before you could make any choice, your mother pulled into the parking lot and stopped the car, meaning that you were both at the hospital. Great. Time to meet a new person. Wonder if the psychiatrist would actually be able to stop these frequent freaky nightmares involving a certain someone. Both of you walked towards the hospital and let your mother talk to the person at the front desk, sitting in the waiting room for a second. A second later, your mother joined you a few minutes later, looking half relieved, yet half stressed still. Good news, YN. There'll be a psychiatrist we can talk to pretty soon. We'll just have to wait 5 minutes or so, she said, slightly smug while sitting herself down. Mom, this isn't necessary, you processed with desperation. Just because I said I wasn't feeling well at uni today doesn't mean I've been having repetitive nightmares. Doesn't mean I need this kind of help. Well, this isn't just about the nightmares and not feeling well anymore, YN. Your mom coolly responded. I want to know why you're hurting yourself too. Wait, what? You stammered, your eyes widening at her wild statement. What are you talking about, Mom? You confusedly asked. Well, how else would you get that wound on your leg or those collarbone cuts across your neck? She sobbed back in a high-pitched voice. Hold on. You think I'm harming myself? You snapped loudly, disbelief coloring your tone as you grew annoyed by what she said. Well, it's just that I don't believe you, you hissed, feeling hurt while you glared at the wall to your left. Darling, excuse me. A nurse cut in the conversation casually. But we're ready for you now. Please follow me. Without a word, you silently stood up and followed the nurse, not saying anything to your mother, despite her attempts at talking. Self-harming? You weren't self-harming. It was a burnt man with a knife glove continuously chasing you down in your nightmares. But it's not like you could say that to anyone without sounding mentally unhinged. Walking down to the hospital's pristine hallway, you passed a sick-looking man who'd just come out of one of the rooms. The nurse stopped. The nurse stopping at the same door he'd come out of. She shockingly... What? She knocked lightly on the door. You and your mother stopping too as you grew slightly nervous. A new person. Come in. A familiar voice calmly called out, causing you to freeze in place. That was... Come on, honey. Your mother took a hold of your wrist and led you inside after the nurse, shock spreading across your face. when you saw Hannibal for the second time. Ah, Wayan, how nice to see you again. He greeted gently. We met earlier today. This afternoon, I believe. The dark-haired male was sitting down in a scarlet-colored armchair. Oh, that's pretty. Sending you a pleasant smile as you... Damn, why I keep messing up? As he gestured to the armchair opposite to him. You did? Your mother turned to you in surprise whilst you took a seat. You didn't mention... Oh my god. You didn't mention this to me, Wayan dear. We did, and it's nice meeting you two again. You breathlessly answered. Before looking at your mother in annoyance, you didn't ask... Mom... You acted half petty and half amused. Would you mind telling me the reason why I have the pleasure of your fine company this evening? Alright, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, continuing. Where were we? Okay, cool. Hannibal inquired politely, another one of his enchanting smiles taking over his facial features and luring you in. If that's not too much to ask. Well, my mom thinks that I don't think, I know. Your mother's voice rose above yours and rudely overshadowed what you were saying. My daughter has been self-harming recently, and she needs help. Self-harming? Hannibal had picked up on that particular word and twirled his pen around in his right hand, flashing an intrigued glance in your general direction. I do not self-harm, Mom, you argued angrily, curling your hands into fist. Then explain what that wound on your leg that I had to bandage, Wayan, and those cuts on your collarbone, she anonymously shrieked, gripping the sides of her head with her hands and clutching her hair in frustration. Let's all calm down now. Hannibal stopped your mother and yourself from arguing, his voice soft and soothing. I like to hear Wayan's side of the story, seeing as how she's the one supposedly self-harming in this current situation. That's fine with me. Your mother equally agreed, holding her arms close to her chest and waiting for you to start the side of your story. Alone, he added, much to your relief, as you grew slightly nervous, not ready to handle being alone with such a mesmerizing male. Excuse me? She was still head up. Why alone? Guess she didn't like the idea of you being alone with him, even though it was her idea to call the psychiatrist. Don't question him, Mom. You were impatient for her to leave, knowing she just interrupted you whenever you said something. Your mother looked towards you, then at Hannibal, and she opened her mouth, obviously wanting to disagree and argue. But then she shut her lips, gave a nod, and spun around, leaving the room without a word. Now then. Hannibal turned his attention back to you with another smile. Tell me all about what brought you here. Okay, y'all. That was interesting, and I'm sorry I left y'all on a cliffhanger, but I did read 2 chapters, so y'all have to forgive me, okay? I'm sorry. Anyway, back to me. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry I left you guys on a cliffhanger. I did not mean for that, but that was interesting. Now, comment down below, if you can, what do you think Girlie's gonna be saying? Or what do you think she or they gonna be saying? Now, don't cheat and look above the do not cheat. Give me your best guess. Give me your absolute best guess in the comments down below if you can, please. And obviously still, if you got, like, because some people have been commenting this, the books, like the fanfics I read, are almost always going to be in the description below. Always look in the description below before you ask me, okay? But if you don't know that, now you do, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed, though. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing videos, guys. I personally have to go because I got school, sadly. Just want to kill school. Okay, anyway. I gotta go, guys. Sorry. But bye and peace.